Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for June 28th, 2025. We got a full random Saturday Kingdom here. Oh, that's okay. And so we've got broker, develop, raise, and enlarge for trashing. That's a lot of trashing. We've got kind of awkward plus actions. There's mastermind. But obviously, like playing something like a council room 3 times is effectively plus actions, but it's not, increasing the variety of terminals you can play in a turn. Then there's also mastermind on like pawn, which does, but it's a pretty sad way to do it. And then there's broker, trashing for plus actions, which can be difficult to sustain if you don't have a lot of gains. Though there is like jeweled eggs, so maybe like that. Not only does that give plus buy and also generate cards that give plus buy, it's just like, you could potentially like be brokering the jeweled eggs, and then I don't know about brokering the loot exactly, but the loot money and buys can give you stuff to broker. We've got island folks. So the other thing we want to do with broker is get favors. Island folk is the most powerful ally, and it's not really close. In fact, we've also got March, and I'm looking at this 4-3 and thinking, well, maybe we just March broker, trash an estate for favors, and then we have 3 favors. The next time we trash an estate, we get 2 more favors, and we get our island folk turn already. Something like that, anyway. We will want to get other trashing than broker, because broker is not a good copper trasher. Although I guess if you mastermind it, it might not be so bad. But yeah, we'll probably want to play with raise for that reason. Also, actually, enlarge copper to jeweled egg is pretty reasonable. But I think I like the broker open. It keeps our deck at 10 cards, which means we're guaranteed to see the broker. Let me get a raise. All right, here we go. We could go ahead and take a raise here. We're gonna have 4 next turn. We could just march broker again and trash the estate for 2 more favors. Or we could already be looking at getting some jeweled eggs. I'll say, like, raise is a better copper trasher than broker, but it's not a particularly good one. Like, we could just wait on that a little bit, like see if we can pick up an enlarge. I'm wondering about, like, if we pick up jeweled egg here, and then we march the broker to trash or the estate rather. I guess there's a pretty good chance that our broker doesn't find the jeweled egg, is the downside of that. Also, we trash estate, that's 2 favors. We trash jeweled egg, that's 2 favors. We're still a favor short of 5 favors, which is unfortunate. Other options. I mean, I guess we could grab a silver and just aim to broker that. That seems like kind of treading water, though. Whereas the nice thing about obviously brokering the jeweled egg is we get the loot. We could also take a second broker, and then if we need to broker a broker, whatever, that's fine. It's like jewel egg here, broker next turn. Yeah. We march the broker here, we have actually a 9-card shuffle. Maybe that's fine. It means the odds of broker and jeweled egg pairing up are like pretty solid, and if they don't, we trash a copper, we can just get another jeweled egg. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the march. Okay. Okay. So now, shield, all right. Not that there's any attacks, but at least it says plus buy on it. So another question is, we could take coins or cards and get an enlarge and use that to get more jeweled eggs. Or we could just take favors, move towards our next island folk turn. I do think getting an enlarge would be nice. I think I'm going to go with cards with that. All right, so take another jeweled egg. Now maybe we do take silver, like given that enlarge is going to be generating jeweled eggs, just having like a more expensive card in the deck to broker could be nice. This could just be second broker. Seems reasonable. Okay, so we see both of our jeweled eggs here. That's not ideal. We could enlarge one of them into another broker. 3 brokers might be a bit much given our deck composition right now. We do have broker silver down there with 2 favors, so we don't even worry about it too much. Just go another jeweled egg. Just get another silver. All right, so yeah, I think we go another jeweled egg. I do want that extra turn, but I would also prefer to hit 5. Probably the extra turn is more important. That last card is our other broker? Yes. Okay. Whatever, I think we just take another broker. Okay, so we probably do want to play both of these. We need to go actions. And then We could go cards and try to find the enlarge. There's also another broker. Like broker silver for cards, maybe. Jeweled egg for cards. Would be nicer in the sense that we'd rather enlarge the silver, but we shouldn't worry about that too much. Okay, well, I guess we're going to just take the last two jeweled eggs. They seem pretty valuable as the only way to get loot. I cannot possibly follow what is happening over there. They commerced. They got a figurehead, a spell scroll, and enlarge a pawn, and 4 golds. Okay. Alright. Jeweled egg for actions. Enlarge jeweled egg to, I guess, another broker. And buy a silver. Okay. Guess we could do copper to pawn. Or we could just pop both of the jeweled eggs. Yeah, I think I'll do copper to pawn. Alright. We don't really get much value out of coins here. Cards, maybe. We have a silver down here, which I honestly don't, have not kept track of. We could also just take favors. I think I'll just keep it simple, take favors. Another pawn, sure, why not? Whoa. Okay. This pawn is mostly here for if and when we get a mastermind. Just cantrip that. Jeweled egg for actions, I guess. And then we could take silver for favors and just enlarge insignia to province. Yeah. Okay, do we want to enlarge another loot to a province? We have 12 coins here. Well, 13 or 10. You'd also just turn a copper into a pawn. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then let's go province broker. Like, they haven't been generating favors, and they don't have... I don't think there's any way they're like, without the mastermind in play, that they're getting 4 provinces, or even with like enlarged province to province. How confident am I of that though? Maybe I should be less confident. They're gonna draw 2 extra cards. Guess, I mean, do they even have a broker? I think they do. I think they have one. They haven't taken any favors off of it, but I think they do have one. So like if they were to broker a loot for coins, enlarge a province to province, like maybe they could hit triple. And they had to find 4 gold to do. I don't know. I don't really think so. Yeah. Okay. So 3 provinces. Unfortunately, we don't have a good way to just broker into 5 favors here. Guess we'll cantrip this pawn. Okay. And this one. Huh. Well, we can't take like 3 turns in a row with island folks, so getting, 7 or like at less 11 favors isn't really doing anything. But we could still broker the orb just to like take another turn. Or we could broker the orb for cards. Broker jeweled egg for actions seems... It could also be broker for actions, I suppose. Broker for action, broker for actions, broker orb for cards. It could also be broker egg for actions, broker for cards. That's less immediately powerful, but we can find the enlarge, and we still have like a loot in hand. Obviously, that would be good. I think we should go orb for cards. Okay. So now... enlarge province to province, and then we need to get 2 provinces. We do have plus buy. 9 coins. So we need 7 coins net. We probably just cantrip this pawn. I don't think... I mean, broker the pawn for actions is a possibility, but or what if we broker the province for coins? Well, 8 and 6 isn't enough. Yeah, I think we... Okay. Now I think we go for favors. Broker for actions. Enlarge. Province to province. Broker gold for favors. And do we take a duchy? We don't really want a duchy. We just want 2 provinces. We could take... Let's see. We take another broker. Maybe a broker and a raise. Like raise just to do a little bit of sifting. Like miss a win involving brokering for actions and then brokering these both for coins, right? That wouldn't have been... I mean, that would have been 2 coins short. Yeah, I don't think so. The thing I guess we could do is commerce, just to have like a little bit more like money in the deck, and then if we need to broker a gold or something. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this is actually not great. Or wait. We enlarge province to province. We broker... Doesn't actually matter what we broker, but for coins, because this is 4 and this is 7, but this is worth 3. So we broker for coins, and that gets us to 10, and then we buy province estate, I guess. Yeah, definitely worse than it could have been. I mean, I guess... Well, I guess if we needed to, we could... or if this didn't work, what we could do is broker one of these for actions and one of these for cards. It's just like brokering one of these for actions is not what we would want to be doing, right? Like, but whatever. We have a guaranteed line. Yeah, that definitely did not come together as well as I would have liked. But all's well that ends well, I suppose. Yeah, they never lined up Mastermind Council Room, which would have been... Well, I don't know if they even had enough cards in their deck for that to be super relevant. Yeah, how many Island Folk turns did I take? Like 4 or 5, and I still only won by 1 point. So I feel like I must have been doing something wrong here. It felt like it was difficult to ever get to a point where we would be playing with Mastermind, but that would have been good, certainly. Yeah, it doesn't really say here about the Island Folk thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 island folk turns. Yeah. Yeah, I think there is probably some line where you get Mastermind earlier and it works out better. I just don't know how to do it exactly. Maybe, like, I don't think it would have made sense to take Mastermind over Enlarge as our first 5. Maybe it would have. I don't know. Like, Masterminding brokers when you don't have, like, when like most of your deck is copper is not that appealing. And early in the game, you don't really want to broker the loot because like the value of using it for draw is low, and the value of using it for coins is low relative to in the later part of the game. I really don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a tricky kingdom. Well, in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.